Let's give a big, big round of applause. Thank you, Ma'am Rita, Doc Ochavo, and of course, Sir WAB.
Maayong hapon sa tanan. I want to thank all our distinguished guests who graced this occasion this afternoon. Hindi na ko mag-detalye kay kadamo sa aton mga distinguished. But thank you so much for coming and making your presence much of value to the occasion. However, I'd like to make a special thank you to Ma'am Rita, our beloved principal of the Capiz National High School. Ma'am Rita, madamo kanyang salamat. You're such a special woman. So I'll tell you the secret between me and Ma'am Rita, with her permission. Hambal ko sa iya, Ma'am, God willing, you'll never know. No one can predict the future except God Himself. Siling ko, Ma'am, kung swertihon ang pangabuhi mo kag mga asawa, may mga asawa sa imo, diri kita ma-wedding ceremony kag ma-reception sa terrace. Kagambal ko siya, Ma'am, promise ko ako mabayad tanan sang reception. So I would like to reiterate that once again in public, God willing. Generosity is a principle and not an amount. I have to note that no one has ever become poor from giving. No one. A person's true purpose in life will only be found in service for others and in being connected with something far greater than his own body, his mind, and ego. Ladies and gentlemen, unless we think of others and do something good for them, we will all miss one great source of happiness in life. Our capacity to care for others is what gives life its deepest meaning. I, together with the Capiz National High School class of 1968, we dedicate this building and this William A. Bantigi School of Innovation and Kaizen to the present generation of students, faculty, and other people who will benefit from this. And as well as to the future generations of students and faculty who will one day walk up the famous stairs of this excellent institution and enter the door of the Capiz National High School. The school that is my beloved alma mater and the beloved alma mater of my class 1968. People say that life has three stages. People. The first stage is what they call the stage of learning. So allow me to backtrack a bit. I enrolled in this great institution as a freshman in 1964. I was a fresh elementary graduate from the Tanki Elementary School. I spent 4 years of my life here and picked up a strong and disciplined foundation that helped build my future education. My classmates say that I am a late bloomer in our batch. And why do I say that? I never had an honor in high school. always, although I was always in the top section, but I never had an honor. I had no time to study because we were just poor. I was telling some of my friends earlier, may mga gabi, may ara kami tricycle sa high school ko, may mga gabi nga ginakawat ko ang tricycle, kaya may biyahe ako para makakuha ako 3 kapasayro, may 30 centavos na ko nga balon, buwas aga, pwede na na. Sa kagabi, nadakpan ko sa driver, sinasaman nga ang akong kasuhin na ito, dutay daw, ginakulang permina, no, nabikatabo. Lakpan ko, ginakuha ko gali ang liabi sa tricycle. In high school, both my academic and character were honed. Despite the fact that I was not an honor student, I was a member of the student council of the high school. I was also a member of the script, which is our school organ. I was always active in all the cultural activities. Tanan sang guwapa nga classmate ko, nakapartner ko sa cultural presentation. I also was one of the only 2 students who qualified and passed the American Field Service Scholarship of my batch. Finished my high school more determined to do much better in college after that because I failed to land an honor. And so, in 1968, after finishing my high school from the school, I enrolled in BS Chemical Engineering. I became, finally, a university academic scholar. And that's not an easy job in engineering to do. I became a scholar for 4 years in Fiadi University. I also graduated on top of my class in chemical engineering in 1973. I became president of the University Chemical Engineering Society, despite the fact that from 1968 until 1973, ang balon ko kada adlaw piso lang. 10 centimos ang pamasahe pakanto, 10 ang pabalik. May nabilin pang 80 centimos, ibakal ko 25 sa newspaper, kay mabasa ko newspaper, may babilin Japon na 50 centimos, 55. After becoming president of the University Chemical Engineering Society, I had the honor to become elected as the national president of the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineering Students. It was an association of all the students taking up chemical engineering all over the country. Likewise, when I was in my 5th year in engineering, I also became president of the student council of the university with 35,000 students. But my most meaningful experience in life in high school, in college when I was learning, in my learning stage. I don't know how many of you have been jailed here, but I spent 2 months of my life in jail when martial law was declared. I spent 2 months of my valuable college life in Camp Crame, courtesy of President Marcos. That was the stage of my learning in life. The second stage they call, after learning, is earning. Okay? So my first and only corporate job was in Procter & Gamble. I joined Procter & Gamble as a sales management trainee in 1973, right after college and after I passed my professional board exam. Believe it or not, I became the youngest sales manager in the entire Procter & Gamble company at age 26. People said I was good, and I said, no, I'm not good. I'm better than good. I also became the first Filipino ever to become a country manager in the entire world for Procter & Gamble at age 32. Until today, I hold that distinction in the entire Procter & Gamble history. However, early on in life, in my career, I realized that I will never become wealthy working as an employee. I was smart enough to realize that regardless of my position, I will not become rich. I will live a comfortable life. And so at age 39, when my salary was 2 million at the time, I decided it was not enough. At 39, I left Procter & Gamble. I was managing the Philippine operation and Australian operation. I was in Australia every month to manage Australia at the time, at 39. I decided to pursue to become wealthy. Thanks God I did. So I went into business at 39 years old with the intention of making a lot of money. My first business venture in 1991 was to set up a management consulting company. Believe me, I was a consultant in San Miguel Corporation. I was a consultant in Zwillig Pharma. I was a consultant in Colgate-Palmolive, in Sun Life of Canada, and every time I gave a lecture, I get paid $100,000 a day in 1993, 1994. I told you I'm not good. I'm better than good because I came from the Capiz National High School. Today, as part of my earning in life, I'm into the distribution of consumer goods and pharmaceutical products. I am also into the hospital business, being a major stockholder of the Health Central. I own 30 branches of the generic pharmacy. I am into real estate development in Manila, Iloilo, Rojas, and Calibo. If you're interested to buy one of my projects in Iloilo, we're building two-story building in Mandurriao, which is probably the best condominium development in the entire Panay. And the most recent business that I went into is we went into a pet grooming, pet food, pet accessories, and pet hotel and accommodation business. Kung di makakita kwarta, way kaso na ako na no. But you'll be surprised how the business of pet grooming is so going up. Because a lot of people cannot go out and they spend all of their time with pets. It has been, Ma'am Rita, it has been 53 years since I graduated from this great school. I went to college, worked and excelled in a huge multinational company, owned multiple businesses in the last 31 years, and believe me, made a lot of money. I am truly a billionaire today. I just want to make it more multi. And so I'll go to the third and the last stage of life. That third stage of life and the final stage is what they call, you know what it is? It's called paying back time. Learning, earning, and it's time to pay back. Yes, pay back. And today I am honored to say that I have two major programs in the Capiz National High School. First is we have a WAB Foundation Scholarship Program, and the second is this WAB School of Innovation and Kaizen. Over the last 25 years since I started our scholarship program here in Capiz, I probably have spent or sent maybe about between 250 to 300 students graduating high school and college in the entire province of Capiz. I have scholars here in Capiz National High School. I have scholars in Capsu. I have scholars in Philomer. I have scholars of St. John. And I have scholars in different high schools, mga barrio high school na ginatawag nato. And so the question that begs to be answered is, so why then is a School of Innovation and Kaizen? I'd like to share with you some of the very important learnings I've had in these years of my life. These learnings made me realize the importance of educating and empowering people to think critically, creatively, and innovatively. Thus, the William A. Bantigi School of Innovation and Kaizen. Kaizen, as you know, means continuous improvement in Japanese. It's a management Japanese philosophy that made Japan the second largest economy in the entire world until today. A Japanese basic management that assumes that nothing in this world is perfect. Therefore, since nothing is perfect, everything can be improved. Thus, the philosophy need to be taught to people that you should never end improving things. It is similar to another Japanese philosophy among the Japanese samurais. The samurais are the people who are very good in swords. The Japanese samurais believe that if they are to remain forever masters of their craft, they must remain a student forever. You have to keep on learning and improving every day if you want to become a master forever. So I'd like to share with you some of the learnings I have in life. The first learning, and listen to this carefully. My first learning, our life today, whoever you are, is the result of your thinking yesterday. And your life tomorrow will be determined by what and how you think today. Believe me, the people who reach the top are the people who tend to think differently than others. Therefore, teaching people, young and old, on how they think critically, creatively, and innovatively is a unique added value that can become a competitive advantage and help people in their pursuit of excellence in whatever they do. Very important learning I have in life, and that is why I keep on learning something every day until the day I die. A second learning I'd like to share with you today that made me decide to have this school is, listen to this, the very moment a person changes his perception is the very moment that that person rewrites his future. Minds are like parachutes. They only work when they are open. When we change our thoughts, we can change our world. It has always been that people with great ideas are the people who shape the course of history. I hope to see that this school of innovation and Kaizen can become a catalyst in changing the perceptions and the thought process and the perspectives, not only of the students of the future, not only of the faculty of the future, but the entire population in the province of Capiz. We need to empower people to make significant contribution to the world. My learning number 3, we are constantly faced by the decision in life whether we walk away or you try harder. Every day. The easier path to most people is to give up. That is what most people do. So dreams never become a reality, and yet we know that victory belongs to those who believe the most and the longest. It belongs to those who persevere and those who refuse to stop fighting. Our future will be influenced by 10% of what happens to you and will be influenced 90% by how you respond to what happens to you. This school aims to help mold a positive and growth mindset of our future citizens and our future leaders. Leaders are not only measured in terms of how many people follow them, but more importantly, leaders are measured by how many more leaders they inspire. My learning number 4 in life. The future is ours to create. The person who can see the invisible is the person who can make the impossible possible. Let me say that again. The person who can see the invisible is the person who can make the impossible possible. Most of the things worth doing in this world had once been declared impossible before they were done. We humans, believe me, we humans would accomplish much more things in life if we don't think of them as impossible. We must teach our students, while they are still young, that the difference between what is impossible and what is possible to them is their determination in life. We owe it to them to teach them that. We have to change and influence their perspective, the way they think. Ang upod ko sa Procter & Gamble, yung dipugal, graduates ng UP, Ateneo, LaSalle, mga dagko ng university. Private school, siling ko ako. Capiz National High School, yung dipugal. Pero di ko man sila tanan. UP, boss niya ko. Ateneo, boss niya ko. LaSalle, boss niya ko. Nga man, Capiz National High School. My learning number 5. Very important. Dreams don't work unless you do them. Unless we translate our thoughts into concrete action, our dreams and our thoughts will remain pointless in life. They say that every great dream begins with a dreamer. Let's all remember that we have within all of us the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and to change the world. The world of every student, every teacher, every school, and our beloved city of Rojas, and our very beloved province of Capiz. My last learning that I want to share today. I have many more, but this is the last for this afternoon. All human development must be formed outside of the rules. Otherwise, we will never have anything new. We must give ourselves the permission to go a different way. We need to break new grounds and to find new way of conquering. That's why it's called innovation and Kaizen. My most favorite author who influenced me through his books was Alvin Toffler. I read his Future Shock, I read his Third Wave, and probably another 3-5 books that he wrote. He passed away maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. But the last thing I learned from Alvin Toffler, a famous author and futurist, said, the illiterates of the 21st century are not those who cannot read nor write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Unfortunately, a lot of people around us remain into that situation. In closing, some of you said, thanks God, he's closing now. Allow me to share with you our action plans, my action plan, and programs for the WAB School of Innovation and Kaizen. The vision of the school. We, the Capiz National High School, will be the leader in teaching and promoting innovation and continuous improvement in the entire Western Visayas region. Kokopyahin nila tayo lahat. Maiinggit sila lahat sa atin sa Capiz National High School. Ngaman sila may aral sinakitaway, and I want them to learn from us. Our mission, we teach and explore concepts of innovation and Kaizen among our stakeholders. We enable our stakeholders to create innovative ideas that will improve effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. So who are our stakeholders in the school? Number 1, the Capiz National High School students. When they graduate from the school, I want them to feel so confident that they can beat students from UP, Ateneo, and LaSalle. I want them to remember that. I want them to believe that Capiz National High School is comparable, if not better, than any other high schools in the entire world, private or public. Second, stakeholders, the Capiz National High School faculty and administration. Innovation is not and should not be limited to students. There's so much we can innovate in the school among the faculty and administrations. The third stakeholder are the other students and faculty of other schools in the city of Rojas and the province of Capiz and Western Visayas. We will invite students from other schools and we will invite other faculty members from other schools to come and learn from the Capiz National High School. want them to come very curious what the hell is going on in Capiz National High School. I'd like to take this opportunity with our congressman, our mayor, and my beloved friend, governor. The fourth stakeholders, I would like to invite the LGUs of City of Rojas and the province of Capiz to participate. And if you want the employees to learn more about innovation, creative thinking, problem solving, we will invite them to come and we'll have a special course for them. Okay? Why gastos? Kumiara man gamay pagkaon lang. Okay? And the fifth stakeholder we have is the business community of Rojas City and the province of Capiz. There's so much that our business people can learn. Our farmers, our fishermen, our retailers, all the others. We can teach them how to think creatively and innovatively. What are some of the programs that we plan to offer? First, we will offer the basic courses on problem solving, creative thinking, innovation, communication, synergy, and team building. If you want to finish all this course, you have to probably attend about 10 courses over a period of time. And I will be the one running the program in the first 1 year to 2 years. I'll be coming and flying here every 2 weeks to have the program together with Ma'am Rita and the group who will manage this until I can develop a group of trainers who can either be faculty members and even other students who may be able to be exposed how to lecture and give talks and develop programs already. We will have lecture series by local, national, and international speakers on best practices and innovation in education, community, business, governance, and environment. Kung may gina-implement ng innovation ideas sa iba niyang mga probinsya through the help of our local government officials, let's invite them and let them lecture, give the best practice we can learn from them. Number 3, we will also have contests on innovation, designs, and execution among the people, especially the students and the faculty. We will have annual awards on best innovation projects among students, faculty, school admin, LGUs, and business. We will have innovation ambassadors, and most importantly, we will also have innovation immersion programs. Get a few more lines. The power of the person's life is in the stories that he will leave behind. I'm already 70 years old. Leaving behind is in the horizon. Every time I talk to people, people always say, I'd like if I can only live forever. Well, you can dream to live forever, but believe me, it will never happen. The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast you. Let me say that again. The great use of your life is to spend it for something that will outlast you long after you're gone. Someone once said, somebody is sitting under a shade of a tree today. You know why? Because someone planted a tree a long time ago. I sincerely hope and pray that in my case, today, this may be the very moment that I have planted a tree for the next generations to come and to have a shade to stand under in the future. I thank God for giving me the chance to learn, to earn, and to pay back. Maraming salamat po sa aking minamahal na Capiz National High School. Thank you, Capiz National High School. Thank you for the opportunity for my early learnings in life. You, my school, my alma mater, have molded me to become a better version of myself. I have done the complete cycle of my life, learning, earning, and to pay back. Thank you, Capiz National High School, for giving me a space today and for allowing me to be proud and happy as a person. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all my batchmates, class 1968, for all the encouragement and the support they have given to complete this project into a reality. This goes to my family. No one is here because of COVID, but they will come one of these days. Because I told already my grandson, who is 9 years old, that someday he will give a lecture here. And he's excited. I think he's a genius. He's very, very good. So this thanks goes to my family and to my business colleagues, some of which are here today. Madamo, gig na salamat. Thank you so much.